Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're strapping in for a high-speed look at one of the biggest trends shaping culture right now.
Yeah.
Short-form music.
Yeah.
You probably hear it dozens of times a day, even if you never hear the whole song.
And that's the key thing, really. When we say short form music, we're talking about songs or, little audio clips that are made to be brief, usually just 15 to 60 seconds long.
So they're engineered for that.
Exactly. They're built to be the perfect little soundtrack for a quick video post.
And what's so different is that artists are putting all their energy into making sure one single moment, that sweet spot, is unbelievably catchy.
It's all about grabbing your attention before you can scroll away.
Yeah.
And this trend, it didn't just appear from nowhere. It exploded because of how you use technology. Your phone, social media, it's all built for these quick hits. An artist can make a tiny burst of sound and, well, share it with the whole world instantly.
And that tiny clip can become way more famous than the original 3-minute song it came from.
Way more.
That is a huge shift. So our mission today is to explore how this demand for super short, high-impact audio has, changed everything. How music is written, how it gets shared, and how artists even make a living.
Right.
Let's start with the engine behind it all, the social media platforms.
These platforms are, without a doubt, the reason this grew so fast, so globally. They're basically built to encourage you to join in.
You mean like making your own videos?
Yeah, if you're making a video, a dance, a skit, whatever, you need background music. The apps make it super easy to add a trending sound.
And once a clip starts to get popular, the growth is it's explosive. A viral sound can be heard millions of times in a single day.
That kind of speed is something traditional radio could never, ever touch.
So what's the secret to that? Is it just random?
Not at all. It's the algorithm. You can think of the algorithm as the platform's little assistant, always trying to guess what you want to see next. And developers design them to show you more content that uses sounds that are already trending. The system thinks, hey, this sound is popular, so showing it to more people will keep them watching longer.
So it's a self-reinforcing loop then?
Exactly. The algorithm shows you popular sounds, which makes more people use them, which tells the algorithm to push them even harder. It's a viral cycle.
And that's why you hear the same 15 seconds of a song over and over and over again.
Right. You're hearing it constantly because the system knows it works to hold your attention.
This has totally changed how you find new music. You, the student, you're finding new artists from these short videos, not because a radio DJ told you what was cool.
The power has completely shifted. Record labels know this. They're not waiting for sales reports anymore. They have teams that just track which clips are being used the most right now.
To predict the next big thing.
To predict the next big star. Music isn't just something you listen to anymore. It's become a tool for social interaction. You're not just a consumer, you're part of the creation.
It's the difference between listening to a song alone and, using that song to connect with thousands of other people online.
It's a shared global moment.
Okay, so let's dig into that because the music itself has had to completely change. Songs from when your parents were younger, they often had these long intros, right, to build a mood.
Yeah, that's now seen as commercially very risky.
Risky.
The whole structure of songwriting has adapted to what some people call the 5-second rule. If you don't grab someone in the first few seconds, they're gone. They've swiped away.
So you have to put the best part right at the start.
Right at the very beginning. The most exciting, high-energy moment is now your introduction. It's a total reversal of how things used to be done.
So things like, bridges and guitar solos, they're just gone.
Often, yes. The bridge, that slower, sort of reflective part before the final big chorus, is frequently cut to keep the energy up. Long instrumental solos. You almost never hear them in these tracks.
No.
Producers focus almost all their time on the chorus because that's the piece that's going to get shared and repeated.
So wait, does that mean they almost design the song backwards? Like they make the perfect 30-second clip first and then build the rest of the song around it?
In many cases, yes. That 30 seconds is the marketing. And the most important part of that is what we call the viral hook.
The hook.
The hook is everything. It's that short, super memorable part of the song, a simple little melody or a funny lyric that just gets stuck in your head.
It's the earworm, the thing you're humming hours later without even realizing it.
That's a perfect way to put it. And musicians spend a ton of time getting those few seconds just right. It has to sound amazing even when it's coming out of a tiny phone speaker.
Right.
And once that hook starts trending, you get thousands of people making their own content with it. And that creates this really powerful sense of a shared inside joke, a shared culture around that one sound.
So that hook becomes the artist's digital business card. It introduces them to this massive new audience.
It's an invitation to join in.
Now, let's pivot a bit to who is making this music. Because this whole trend seems to have really helped out independent artists.
Oh, it's completely leveled the playing field. I mean, it used to be that you needed a huge record label, expensive studios, a giant marketing budget
Just to get her...
just to get on the radio. Today, an artist can literally record a song in their bedroom, upload a clip, and if that hook is good enough, they can have a global audience overnight. No expensive ads needed.
So it's less about your budget and more about your creativity and timing.
Exactly. The cost to enter the music industry has just plummeted. And it allows for this really direct, authentic connection with fans.
How so?
Well, artists use these platforms to show their personality. They're responding to comments, they're making duet videos, they're sharing behind-the-scenes stuff. It makes fans feel like they're really part of the journey.
Okay, so this all sounds great for new artists, but what's the catch? There has to be a downside to all this speed and pressure.
There are some really serious challenges. One of the biggest is this sort of identity crisis.
What do you mean by that?
Listeners might know that 30-second clip inside and out. They love it. But they have no idea who the artist is. They know the sound, but not the source.
That would make it incredibly hard to build a real career, right?
Mm.
If you're just known for one fleeting moment. The sound is famous, but you're disposable.
That is the big fear. And on top of that, you have critics arguing that music quality itself is going down because songs are just being made to be, disposable trend fodder.
And the pressure must be immense to just keep pumping out content.
Artists feel like they have to follow every new trend to stay relevant, and that can mean sacrificing their own artistic vision for something they know will just be catchy for a week.
I can't imagine. It's like having a huge project due every single day. That's just a recipe for burnout.
Burnout is a huge problem, and even if a song does go viral, the money side is tricky.
Mm-hmm.
The platforms pay artists based on how many times their sound is used, but the payment is often a tiny, tiny fraction of a cent per use.
A fraction of a cent? Wait, so how do they actually make money? You'd need billions of uses to pay your rent.
They do rely on huge volume, yes. Millions and millions of user videos just to make the royalties add up. But the real money, that's often made indirectly.
Like what?
They use that viral fame to sell merchandise, to sell concert tickets, and to get big brand deals. The exposure from the trend is sometimes worth way more than the direct payment for the music itself.
So the fame is the real product, and that leads to the money.
In many cases, yes.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me. The whole sped-up phenomenon. This is something driven entirely by you, the audience.
It's a fascinating cultural moment, isn't it? Users take perfectly normal songs and they just increase the tempo. They speed them up to make them sound more energetic, maybe a bit higher pitched or cuter.
And these sped-up versions often become more popular than the originals.
Sometimes way more popular. And this trend is so powerful now that major record labels have started officially releasing faster versions of their own songs just to meet that demand.
That's incredible. The audience is effectively remixing the song, and the industry is following them.
It's also a great way to reintroduce older songs to a whole new generation. Young listeners just prefer that high-energy, fast pace. It matches the speed of their digital lives.
So the tempo itself reflects the energy of scrolling through an infinite feed.
It's a perfect fit, and it's not just the music's tempo. These songs are tied to the wider culture.
You mean like the dance challenges?
The dance challenges are a huge part of it. The song provides the rules for a social game, and it goes beyond that. The clothes people wear in those videos can become fashion trends overnight. Music is the soundtrack to visual identity.
And it's happening all over the world.
All over. This really breaks down geographical barriers. A song from a small country, maybe in a different language, can become a global hit. It's an amazing form of cultural exchange.
The world feels smaller when everyone's dancing to the same 30-second clip.
It does, and this has even shaken up the old institutions like mainstream radio.
Yeah. How has radio responded to all this?
Radio stations used to be the ones who decided what was a hit. The DJs were the tastemakers. Now they're more like reporters.
They're following the trends instead of setting them.
Exactly. They watch social media to see what's trending, and then they'll start playing the full version of that song. The power has completely shifted from the industry gatekeepers to the public.
So if this is where we are now, where are we headed? What's next?
Well, the predictions are that music is going to become even more interactive. We might see platforms where you, the fan, can easily change parts of a song yourself, truly co-creating it.
Wow. And what about AI?
AI will almost certainly play a bigger role, maybe helping artists generate thousands of different hooks so they can test which one is the absolute catchiest.
But what about albums? Are we going to lose those long, complex stories that artists tell over an hour of music?
I think long-form music will always have a place, for sure, for deep storytelling. But the traditional album might become less common. The focus will likely be on a constant stream of these smaller digital bites,
Designed for sharing.
designed for sharing and for the pace of the platform. So what does this all mean? The short-form music revolution is really defined by three things: speed, audience power, and constant innovation. You, the audience, don't just listen anymore. You participate. You drive the whole creative process with every single video you post.
So since you, the audience, are now completely in charge of what becomes a hit, how do you think that changes the relationship between the listener and the musician forever? Good luck with your studies.